Well, this is a time where we go off the script.
Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
Coming to you straight from the heart of New York, this is the #1 source for everything WWE. I'm JD, and this is Off the Script. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. This is number 102. Part number 1 of the #1 fucking podcast in your subscription boxes right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for joining me on yet another weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed that introduction, by the way. Thumbs up if you want me to keep it. If not, just let me know in the comments. JD, get the fuck rid of it. It sucks. It blows. We want the old intro back, but I figured I'd try something different. Make it a little bit more podcast-esque. If you ask me, I like it. Whatever, man. It's the same introduction that I use on my digital version of Off the Script. We'll talk about that in a second, but what a fucking weekend, guys. It is absolutely unbelievable what the Royal Rumble did for this channel, man. Not only was my goal for 40,000 subscribers before fucking WrestleMania, we may hit 40,000 before fucking Fastlane. That is unreal. Absolutely unreal. We gained almost 1,000 subs Royal Rumble weekend. And it's all thanks to you. So if you're new, thank you guys very much for coming aboard. Thank you guys for joining the JD Army here on Off the Script. I'm going to let you guys know you're going to be very, very pleased with what you see here each and every week. Man, there's a reason why I say I'm the #1 source. It's because everybody else that does this, besides Joe Cronin, sucks cock. So, keep that in mind. Joe Cronin, JD, are going to take over everything when it comes to professional wrestling here on YouTube.com. Started with Royal Rumble. If that wasn't an indication, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. That Royal Rumble review did 2,000 likes and over 304,000 views. We were fucking out-trending WWE themselves. Unbelievable. Then Monday Night Raw happened, and the Raw review hit almost 1,000 likes. You guys hit it out of the ballpark. Thank you all so much for your love and support. We had a great fucking weekend, and we're going to continue that right on into this weekend. If you're not following me on Twitter, at JD from NY206, follow me all over social media, wherever I am available. If you're not subscribed to the channel, I don't know what the fuck you're waiting for, man. After what I just told you, you should automatically be subscribing to Off the Script and JD from NY. Tell you that right now. What else do I got to talk about? Oh, yeah, the podcast. The podcast, but not this one, goons. The ones over on iTunes, AudioBoom, PodBean, and Stitcher Radio. Everything you guys need is down in the description below. Go and check it out. It's been up since Sunday. There's a new episode I'm recording currently that will be going up this current Sunday, or this coming Sunday, I should say. I'm going to talk about the Royal Rumble. We're going to talk about NXT Dallas. Going to talk about NXT this week on the WWE Network, Monday Night Raw, my thoughts on the Rumble, and some news and rumors going around about Samoa Joe and Finn Balor and Daniel Bryan. So if you guys are interested in the digital version of Off the Script on the go, you guys can go to iTunes if you have Google or iPhone, Samsung or Android, whatever the fuck you guys are using for cell phones nowadays. Google Play and iTunes, man. You can just subscribe. You can listen to it. It's accessible all over the place. And if you guys are on iTunes, please leave a like rating or a 5-star rating and a comment. It greatly helps us move up the ranks in the podcast world. Can't do it without you guys. So make sure you do that as well. Okay, now, let's get on to the fucking news and rumors, man. I got a lot of news this week, and we're going to start off with something that really doesn't make any sense to me after what we've seen on Monday Night Raw and at the Royal Rumble. Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose is in the triple threat match with Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at Fastlane to determine a new #1 contender for the WWE Championship currently held by Triple H. who will main event WrestleMania with Triple H for the WWE Championship? Who can it be? I don't know, man. I'm stumped. A fucking 3-year-old child can realize who's going to WrestleMania to fucking fight Triple H at WrestleMania. Come on, man. It's fucking ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm working on a video for the Danger Zone in which we talk about Fastlane and WrestleMania, but Dean Ambrose, apparently, rumors going around that he's turning heel at Fastlane. Monday Night Raw, Stephanie McMahon answered the question of who will be facing the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Triple H, at WrestleMania 32 in Dallas. The answer is whoever can win the triple threat match between Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns at Fastlane in a few weeks. There is already a lot of speculation about Roman Reigns winning that match. Oh, no shit. No shit, man. Who did you think was going to win the match? Eugene? Fuck out of here, bro. But the part people aren't sure of is what happens to Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar during that match. The expectations are for Lesnar to be involved in a feud with the Wyatt family in some capacity. The most obvious choice seems to be Lesnar versus Braun Strowman, but that's up for some debate given Strowman's inexperience. God, I hope not. The latest rumors for the current Intercontinental Champion, or the current Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania, are calling for Ambrose versus Jericho on the grandest stage of them all. It will be Ambrose's first singles match at WrestleMania and Y2J's first since WrestleMania 29. While a feud between them now would be fantastic, especially for the Intercontinental title, there has been foreshadowing for a heel turn in that feud, and there is potential for either man to make the turn. According to the Inquisitor, please take what they say with a grain of salt. I say it on this channel all the time. I'm not a fan of the Inquisitor. I don't consider them a credible source. But according to the Inquisitor, it may be Ambrose that turns and not Chris Jericho. For Jericho, this will bring new life for him on WWE television that his last few runs have sorely been missing. The most interesting heel turn would be Ambrose because it would most likely involve Roman Reigns in some capacity. However, it's curious how an Ambrose versus Reigns feud would come and go between Fastlane and WrestleMania when that's a feud that could span over several months. Now, this is where things become a little fucking tricky. Roman Reigns was ruined at the Royal Rumble. He was ruined. Okay? I didn't mention this, but after watching it again and seeing the replay again and how they treated him in the Royal Rumble again, Roman Reigns was the victim of shitty fucking booking at the Royal Rumble. Okay? He is a WWE champion. A WWE champion that was penciled in to defend his title against 29 other guys. That's one thing that they did wrong already. Okay? You hyped that and you booked that. One or Roman versus all. That means Roman versus 29 other guys in the Royal Rumble to defend the WWE Championship. Now, you compare Roman Reigns as a champion to a Ric Flair or anybody else that was in the Royal Rumble who went on to WrestleMania and eventually win the WWE Championship. How would you stack his performance up against anybody else that was in that similar situation? We're going to use 1992 Royal Rumble as a prime example because that's the only other Royal Rumble in which the WWE Championship was up for grabs. Okay, Ric Flair won it. He lasted over an hour. And the struggle and the battle and the story that was told within that ring was incredible. Ric Flair's journey and the promo that he cut at the end with Mean Gene, Mr. Perfect, and Bobby the Brain Heenan, everything just came together, and you realize that this was one of the greatest performances in company history. No doubt about it. Now, you look at Roman Reigns and what happened to Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble. What happened to Roman Reigns? He comes out, he lasts 15, maybe 18 minutes, and then he gets taken out, and he gets stretchered to the back, and he gets ushered to the back by the officials, and he misses 75% of the fucking match. 75% of the match missed. This is not Roman versus all. This is not Roman Reigns defending the WWE Championship. This is not Roman looking like a credible champion. This is not Roman looking like a fighting champion. This is not Roman looking like a champion you want people to believe in. This did more damage than it did good. I mean, what was the logic behind that? So many loopholes in taking him out of the match. On top of that, he was booed soon as he came out at number 1. The boos got louder when he came out and all the ring was cleared. I mean, isn't it a little ridiculous that WWE booked this scenario for Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble? He comes out, he gets stretchered out to the back, misses most of the match, and then comes back again and starts spearing and Superman punching everybody. You automatically made him a villain in that Royal Rumble, in which nobody wanted to see win this match. How is that good booking? How is that good booking? Not only for the Rumble, but thinking long term. When Triple H came out, people were pretty much fucking begging him to win the Royal Rumble, because they didn't want to see Roman Reigns win it. Not like that. I mean, if you wanted Roman Reigns to get over and book him correctly as a WWE champion in the Royal Rumble, defending that title, you would have gave him every possible near elimination you could have thought of. Hanging on by the skin of his ass. Hanging on by the skin of his fucking teeth. You should have put Ric Flair's performance to shame with Roman Reigns in that Royal Rumble. Maybe not lasting the distance that Ric Flair went, but the possible eliminations and fighting for his fucking life. Having Rusev put him through a table and then have him miss the entire match is not Roman Reigns defending and fighting for his fucking life. No. No. That was a shitty fucking booking decision on WWE's behalf. Now, you create a plethora of fucking loopholes in the storyline. You create a complete mess going into Fastlane. Roman Reigns comes out on Monday Night Raw. And the Authority, we talked about this on Out of Nowhere. The Authority comes out and says, I am going to pick the main event for Fastlane. We're going to decide on the main event for Fastlane based on everybody's performance tonight. Bray Wyatt's there. You got this one there. AJ Styles is there. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. Sheamus is there. Okay. WWE's logic is, we want Roman eliminated in the Royal Rumble. We want him to lose the WWE Championship, which he did. He was eliminated by Triple H, the Authority, and Vince McMahon, and Triple H and Stephanie. They're all partying. They got one over. They won. They were victorious. Monday Night Raw comes around, and you book Roman Reigns in the main event at Fastlane. So you mean to tell me you want this man to lose so desperately that you give him another shot willingly at the WWE Championship? Now, it's not for the title, but it's at least a shot to get to the title. Why are you going to give him another chance after you so desperately tried to stop this man from winning the Royal Rumble? Does that make any sense to anybody? I mean, I don't understand that logic. You could have had Roman come out and say, listen, I don't need your fucking stipulations. I don't need your triple threat. You fucked me by rigging the system and coming out at number 30, Triple H. I have a contract in which I am owed a rematch. And I will execute that rematch clause effective immediately. That's what they should have did. Roman comes out, says not one fucking word. Says nothing. Nothing at all. He just accepts the Authority's offer. Okay, you're in the triple threat match. We're going to pair you with Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar wasn't even on Monday Night Raw. He wasn't even on Monday Night Raw. What did he show the Authority to get into that match? Now, I understand there's a little gray area there because Brock Lesnar got fucked by the Wyatt family. So that one I could let go. I could let that one slide. Dean Ambrose at the Royal Rumble showed he's he's a top dog. He lasted a last man standing match with Kevin Owens and then was in the final 2 with the Royal Rumble, so I can understand that. But Roman Reigns, I can't understand. Roman Reigns, I can't understand. Now, as per the report here, or the rumor, Dean Ambrose possibly turning heel at Fastlane. Why would you turn Dean Ambrose heel? I mean, the WWE has Roman Reigns, who still, to this very day, seems like ages ago, where Vince McMahon had to come out and get him over in Philadelphia. What happened, goons? What happened with that Monday Night Raw? Everybody, oh my God, Roman Reigns is over. Roman Reigns is over. Roman Reigns is over, right? What happened now? We're reverting back to the way things used to be. Roman Reigns is not over. There is a massive part of the WWE Universe that does not want to see him in the main event, let alone with Triple H. And the WWE, I swear to fucking Christ, they cannot be this fucking ignorant. They're going to do what they want because they want Roman Reigns in the main event. They're set on Roman Reigns going into WrestleMania and winning the WWE Championship. This is going to do no good. WWE needs a massive fucking swerve at WrestleMania. They need to. They need it. It needs to be of unholy type proportions to save this fucking predictable garbage. Now, I have said that Triple H winning the WWE Championship is logical. I don't have to sit here and tell you I like it. I don't have to sit here and tell you that this storyline is going to be the best thing since fucking sliced bread, because it's not. But it makes sense. It's all that they have right now to tie everything together and make this storyline complete. It needs to happen. So I am okay with it because it's logical and it makes sense. Now, Dean Ambrose turning heel? No. WWE needs to fucking swallow the bitter pill. They need to swallow the bitter fucking pill and realize Roman is not going to work. Roman as a face champion is not going to work. Roman as a WWE champion following WrestleMania, being the flag bearer of this company, is not going to work. It's not going to equal ratings. It's not going to garner interest. It will do nothing. It will remain stagnant for weeks and weeks and weeks. And when the fans are finally sick of WWE shoving Roman Reigns down our throats, Superman punching his way out of every fucking possible scenario, people will get tired of it and the ratings will go back to what they were before the Survivor Series. I am telling you right now. I am guaranteeing you right now. Roman Reigns is the one that needs to turn heel. Roman Reigns needs to hint at turning heel at Fastlane. Dean Ambrose is there merely to set up something for Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was eliminated by Dean Ambrose in the Royal Rumble. They have history going back to Night of Champions. I believe they were on the highlight reel on SmackDown. I'm not covering it because I don't watch fucking SmackDown. I can't sit to bear or bear to sit through that garbage. I just can't do it. I can't do it. They are probably setting up something for Chris Jericho and Dean Ambrose. Chris Jericho works wonderfully as a heel. Turn him heel. Dean Ambrose doesn't need to turn heel. The one that needs to turn heel is Roman Reigns. There's no doubt about it. Brock Lesnar is there to merely set up something with the Wyatt family. He's going to be fucked again. Dean Ambrose is there. Chris Jericho's going to fuck him over. And he's going to be the one to take the pin. You know, Dean Ambrose can set up something that way that, you know, Dean Ambrose feels betrayed. And instead of sticking up for his friend and, you know, having second thoughts about pinning him and, you know, blood being thicker than water, that type of thing, he goes for the pin and weasels his way into WrestleMania because Chris Jericho did something to Dean Ambrose, and Dean Ambrose could probably say, you know what, you took advantage of the pin because of Chris Jericho. You know, something simple as that. But at WrestleMania, Roman Reigns needs to turn heel. If WWE is looking at this right now, and I don't know how they can sit comfortably with WrestleMania the way it is. You got Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. Okay. Interesting match, intriguing match, but realistically, what is the outcome going to be of that match? I mean, Brock Lesnar versus Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt. There's only one way for that one to end up. I don't see WWE giving Bray Wyatt a win at WrestleMania. Why? Because they booked him to lose every fucking time in a big match situation. Do you think the WWE is going to throw Bray Wyatt a bone and lay down Brock Lesnar so Bray Wyatt can get the pin now? I doubt that's going to happen. And Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family, they've been booked like trash. So WWE, you mean to tell me the WWE in 2 months is going to make me believe the Wyatt family can beat Brock Lesnar, or Bray Wyatt at least can beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? I mean, you have a fucking sea of creative decisions to go through there. You know, you made the Wyatt family look like shit, and now it's going to bite you in the ass. All those years, all those months of the Wyatt family being booked terribly. Now, when you need them to be on top and come out as strong and powerful coming out of WrestleMania, you can't do it because nobody's going to buy into it and nobody's going to believe it. So one, Brock Lesnar over Bray Wyatt, predictable. Roman Reigns versus Triple H, who's going to win that one? Too fucking predictable. WrestleMania is too safe. If you look at the top two matches for that card, WrestleMania is too safe. That's a WrestleMania to you guys. Oh yeah, predictable outcomes. WrestleMania 32, predictable outcomes. You're okay with that? WWE needs something. This is what I plan. You can have the match. You can book the match. Vince McMahon and Stephanie can be in Triple H's corner. The Rock can be in Roman Reigns' corner. Rousey can maybe make a special appearance. You know, she can meddle in with Stephanie and, you know, get involved with Stephanie in some way. She's there as the Rock's special guest. You know, one-off. She's in the crowd like she was last year. Rock would eventually make sure everything is okay, and Roman Reigns would go on to beat Triple H. Everybody's happy. WWE is happy. They're waving. Yeah, what a great WrestleMania. What a great WrestleMania. Roman Reigns is bloodied, and he just went through a war with Triple H, and The Rock is in the ring with Ronda Rousey, and they're all cheering and this and that. Roman finally turns to The Rock and looks at him in a way that pretty much says, cousin, I don't need you. I didn't need you in this match to help me beat the Authority. You made me look weak. You made me look like the most unimportant entity in this entire ring right now. Yeah, I may be the WWE champion, but here you are again, stealing my spotlight. How many years were you in the spotlight? Yet you come back and you crave it more and more and more. You're in my spotlight. People are cheering for you. They're not cheering for me. These people came to see me lose. They came here to see you. I can't stand that. This is my moment. This is my moment. Roman Reigns would turn his back with the title over his shoulder. And The Rock would be concerned, like, what's going on here? What's going on? You know, is he okay? He's talking to Ronda Rousey. You know, I don't understand what's going on. He just won the title. Why is he so upset? Roman Reigns, literally out of nowhere, Superman punch to The Rock. Superman punch to The Rock. I'd say Superman punch to Ronda Rousey too, but that probably wouldn't come off as WWE PG, punching a woman in the face, but a guy can dream. Let alone Superman punch to The Rock. Now, what this would do is set up next year's WrestleMania, Rock versus Roman Reigns. Whether or not that's for the title, I don't give a shit. Probably doesn't need to be, because it's The Rock versus Roman Reigns. You want to get Rock over, or you want to get Roman Reigns over, I should say, you have him go against The Rock, and you have him beat The Rock at WrestleMania. Boom. There you go. There you go. Okay? Roman Reigns would be the biggest heel in the company. Again, I'm giving you heel storylines here for Roman Reigns. I gave you one with Dean Ambrose at the Survivor Series. Nobody fucking listened to me. Nobody fucking cared. Had the ideal opportunity to do it then. They didn't do it. They went with the more boring, simple route. Here we are again. If you want Roman Reigns to thrive in the best possible situation, he needs to turn heel. It is not working. Having him attack The Rock at WrestleMania for the reasons that I gave you is gold. Seriously. That's Roman in a nutshell. And that is the instance in which Roman will thrive in WWE. Then, if you want to set up a Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns storyline, now you can go ahead and do it because it would be a lot more believable. Nobody wants to boo Dean Ambrose. People want to cheer Dean Ambrose. They actually like him. They want to boo Roman Reigns. You might as well turn him so that the crowd can really fucking lay it on him. Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns. There you go. If you want Roman Reigns to be an even bigger heel, fucking pair him with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson when they come out. Because I don't think AJ Styles is going to be a heel. You know, he's selling merchandise like crazy. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. I like my Shield versus Bullet Club idea. I think that's fucking just monumental. But I don't see WWE doing that. They could still do that if they want. You know? Keep Roman Reigns as a fucking face. And turn AJ Styles at Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. And boom. Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson come out. They lay waste to everybody. I don't know. What I'm trying to say is Roman Reigns needs to be a heel. Simple. This Dean Ambrose turning heel at Fastlane doesn't make any sense. You know? Does not make any sense. The Fastlane main event is more intriguing than the WrestleMania main events. Brock Lesnar versus Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns versus Triple H. You got your Fastlane, which is a B-level pay-per-view, more intriguing than WrestleMania. And more unpredictable than WrestleMania. I mean, how are you in WWE and you don't find that to be an issue? You're okay with WrestleMania being safe? I don't understand it. That's just my thoughts on that. Dean Ambrose turning heel, not the right way to go. Dean Ambrose should remain face, and Jericho should be the one heel. They battle over the IC title. You know, I'm getting very, very afraid of Braun Strowman's name being thrown around. I don't want to see Strowman at WrestleMania in the ring for a match. God, I think everybody in that arena will walk away. Who wants to see that? Nobody. But Dean Ambrose should remain face. Roman Reigns should be the one to turn heel. WWE has an ideal opportunity right now. If The Rock will be at WrestleMania in some way, I see him in Roman Reigns' corner versus Triple H at WrestleMania 32. We got news on that, which we will talk about at some point this weekend, right here on Off the Script. Has WWE banned AJ Styles' Styles Clash finishing move? Let's begin by saying this now. It's great to see AJ Styles in the WWE. I don't agree with him debuting at the Royal Rumble, but he did have a decent 25-minute stint in the Royal Rumble. I know they needed star power. They needed something to hype the Royal Rumble up. They want him in time for WrestleMania because they are marred with injury. So I could see why they did it, but I don't necessarily agree with it. Seeing him in a WWE ring against Chris Jericho was great. It was very refreshing on Monday Night Raw. A lot of people thought they would never see that type of thing on Monday Night Raw. So it's been a phenomenal last few days for the WWE. Not really much complaints, but like I said, I'm not there, and I'm not going to say I agree with AJ Styles being in the Royal Rumble itself when you could have had him come out and, just be a little bit patient and wait for a even better time to debut him. But it's been curious that AJ Styles has attempted to use the Styles Clash more than once, but he hasn't completed the move yet. I believe he did it on SmackDown in a match with, I don't know who he fought, Curtis Axel, I believe. I think he did it on Curtis Axel. But according to the Inquisitor, this has led many people to assume that WWE has officially banned the Styles Clash while he's wrestling for the WWE. It won't be the first time WWE banned the move. Perfect example is when WWE banned Seth Rollins' curb stomp because it was a finisher that focused on the head and was deemed too unsafe to perform because of potential for injuries. The curb stomp had no record of actually harming anyone, but it was banned all at the same time. When it comes to AJ Styles' Stylish Class, is a finisher that harmed people in the past, like when Yoshitatsu took a bad bump on his head from the move and almost became paralyzed. It's possible that WWE is simply teasing the move for the fans that are familiar with the history, or that the fans are going to question whether or not he keeps trying to do it. NXT has something very similar with Hideo Itami and the GTS. NXT has done something very similar with Itami and the GTS. If the Styles Clash has been banned, someone is going to ask about it soon, and we will have the answer as soon as it becomes available. But I don't think the Styles Clash is banned. As far as the curb stomp, I don't think WWE banned the curb stomp for actually being afraid that it's going to injure somebody. I just think the image of the move, and I know Justin LeBar mentioned this on his Twitter, I think the image of the move and the whole perception of it is why they banned it. That's why he went to using the pedigree. I love the curb stomp. I think it was a great finishing move. You know, sometimes it really didn't make any sense, but that's the reason why they banned the curb stomp. As far as the Styles Clash, I believe he did it to Curtis Axel on SmackDown, so I don't think the move is banned in WWE at all. And I like that the WWE is trying to protect his finisher and make it something special. I like the fact that WWE can go out there and book AJ Styles in a manner where he can win a match with any move because he's that great. And when he does the Styles Clash, you know that it's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's it. I like that, and I hope WWE continues that. You don't need to pull it out every fucking time. You don't need people kicking out of it. Protect the finishing move, man. A finishing move is supposed to be a finishing move. Don't you hate when you're watching a match and it's just a regular match on Monday Night Raw, and these guys nail finishers back and forth, and they're kicking out of their finishers? I mean, that's not the way a match is supposed to be booked. A wrestler is supposed to have more moves in his moveset, more moves in his repertoire, that he can finish a guy off. You don't need to do a finishing move and then have your opponent kick out of the finishing move. You know, they become too reliant on near falls and near finishes. I know it's exciting, but it really doesn't make it exciting. The one time that it was exciting was when Undertaker and Shawn Michaels did it at WrestleMania 25. That's when it was acceptable. Because that's The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. I mean, if you're having Dolph Ziggler versus fucking, I don't know, Titus O'Neil on Monday Night Raw, you're going to fucking have them trade finishers back and forth? I mean, who the fuck are these guys? Doesn't make for a believable match, man. It makes it look really, really sloppy and really, really illogical. So, hopefully you guys get what I'm talking about. I don't like when people trade finishers back and forth and then they all kick out of everybody's finisher. Protect the Styles Clash. Make it something special. When it's done, you know that it's over. Simple as that. Owen Hart will not be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Oh my God. Let the internet rant begin. If you ask the WWE Universe one by one who they would like to see inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame next, one of the most popular answers is going to be Owen Hart, the King of Hearts. Even after all these years, wrestling fans still have such a passionate love for Owen that every year that passes without his induction is a year of more disrespect and a year wasted for the Hart family. Recently, there has been some traction about the Hart Foundation being inducted into the Hall of Fame. However, WWE will be honoring the fabulous Freebirds, who are also deserving of an induction. It was revealed on Smith Hart's Facebook account that he had a discussion with WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hart, and they are confirming that the Hart Foundation nor Owen Hart will be inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. He says, and I quote, "I just got off the phone with my brother Bret, who called to wish me well. In talking to Bret, I can confirm that WWE will not be inducting Owen, Davey Boy Smith, the Blue Blazer, or even Bret, as I suggested, of inducting the entire Hart Foundation as a unit this year in Dallas for their fictional Hall of Fame. This once again proves that WWE's Hall of Fame is nothing more than a profiteering, grandstanding, political bullshit Hall of Fame." Wow. It is a shame, not only for the fans, that they still fill my inbox annually holding hope, but also for WWE as the task of filling 100,000 plus into Jerry's World, AT&T Stadium, by the way, goons, seems near impossible with their vastly depleted roster and horrible creative direction. Ooh, Smith Hart going at WWE creative. I like it. A Hart Foundation induction on its own would not fill the stadium, but I'm sure it would help more than the proposed inductions of The Godfather, Jacqueline or JBL, with all due respect. The reason given for the lack of an Owen induction is still our former sister-in-law Martha, who still holds a grudge as if the tragedy happened days ago. Personally, I wouldn't blame Brett or anyone in my family if they boycotted this year's show. Wow. Smith Hart going at it with WWE Creative. Smith, please tell us how you really feel, bro. Can't say that I sit here and I disagree with him, man. I agree with him. I'm sure a lot of you guys do. Owen should be in the Hall of Fame. Martha Hart, I still don't know how she feels about this entire thing. I know they just released a DVD on Owen Hart. But we can all sit here in agreement and say that Owen Hart belongs in the Hall of Fame. You know, he belongs in the Hall of Fame. He was taken from us way too early, and it would be a long time coming. You know, someone like Owen, who was revered by all, and he was just well-loved by everybody. Every interview you hear, everybody says you don't have one bad thing to say about Owen Hart. And if he's that well-liked and he was that well-respected, why don't you put him in the Hall of Fame? Put him in the Hall of Fame, you know? WWE wasted so much fucking time because of personal grudges that Randy Savage wasn't inducted into the Hall of Fame when he was still alive. It took Randy Savage to fucking pass away for them to induct him into the Hall of Fame. You know? A lot of people would have loved to see Randy Savage speak in front of everybody after so many years in the WWE Hall of Fame. And it took him passing away in his fucking 50s for WWE to put him in the Hall of Fame. Not right. It's not right. I don't know why they are so hush-hush and so fucking stingy with the Hall of Fame inductions. I understand it's in Texas and you want to have a Texas theme. You got Sting, you know, rumored to be Godfather, Jacqueline, JBL, the Fabulous Freebirds. You know, but when is it going to be Owen's time? I don't know. Just going to have to wait another year, it looks like, with the proposed names for this year's Hall of Fame. We might have to wait another year to find out if Owen Hart will be in the Hall of Fame. And finally, guys, to end this weekend's Part 1 of Off the Script for Friday, details regarding AJ Styles' contract with WWE have begun to surface following his historical debut. According to Ryan Satin of ProWrestlingSheet.com, Styles has signed a multi-year deal with the WWE, which allows him to continue to use his ring name and other trademarks associated with his character. Once his time in WWE is over, the Phenomenal One and Styles Clash were among trademarks that Styles was able to retain. That's a victory in itself right there, because you know how WWE loves to own everything. So AJ Styles coming into WWE, getting to keep his nickname, getting to keep his ring name, getting to keep his finishing moves name, that's a victory in itself for AJ Styles. In exchange, WWE will retain rights to any video of him for future use in production videos and on the WWE Network. It should also be noted that Styles is officially a full-time member of the main roster. Styles made his debut at the Royal Rumble at number 3 to an insane pop from the crowd. He would go on to last nearly 28 minutes in the match before being eliminated by Kevin Owens, which was the right decision, because if you had anybody else do it, they would have been booed out of the fucking building, and the match would have been sabotaged. So they had Kevin Owens do it, which was a good move by WWE. I'll give him that, because everybody generally loves Kevin Owens. These smart crowds love Kevin Owens. So they didn't know whether they should boo or cheer, but they were okay with Kevin Owens eliminating AJ Styles. Merchandise for Styles went on sale this week and is already sold out on WWEshop.com. Good for AJ Styles. I love having him in the company. I love what he brings to the ring. I love his attitude. I love his look. He's going to be great. Hopefully WWE uses him and utilizes him correctly. But this is a victory in itself. More than signing a multi-year deal with WWE, more so than getting all the guaranteed money that he's going to be getting for this contract, his merchandise is already sold out, and he's able to keep his name, his nickname, and his finishing move, man. That is a victory, like I said, in itself for AJ Styles. He must be sitting on top of the world. Congratulations to him. I can't wait to see what they do with AJ going into WrestleMania and beyond in the WWE. That is Off the Script, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me. Part 1, Off the Script, episode 102. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, hit that thumbs up. Don't be afraid to hit that thumbs up, man. Let's try for 1,000 likes on part 1. I know you guys can do it. You've done it before. But if you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Follow me on Twitter. Everything you guys need as far as my wrestling content. Podcasts on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podbean, and AudioBoom. Link down below. If you missed last weekend's Off the Script, Link is down below. If you missed anything else that I did last week, link down below, and I will be back with part 2 of Off the Script for Saturday. Until then, guys, this is JD. Thank you so much for watching. Until then, I'll see you all on Saturday morning.